Okay, so we are back. And yes, I say we because guess what? We're in this together. Moon in the ninth house can be some pretty distant individuals. Their mind wanders a lot. They like looking into information, but they prefer looking into organized information that they can utilize to help themselves, to help other people. They tend to become very wise throughout life because they do have those experiences that's going to get them there. After experiencing difficulty sometimes or just lessons in life that they may not quite understand at first as to why they experience them. This is where people start going to like look online, looking up information, going to self-help books. But moon and ninth house people have the potential out of any other moon placements to overcome adversity. And that's the thing with the ninth house. A lot of times people don't really see adversity when dealing with the ninth house. They don't see it on the surface, but it's about experiences. And when experiences in life, they could be good, they could be not so good, but they happen to us. The thing about it is with the moon here, the experiences, they become very personal. So even if the moon and ninth house people are experiencing things that other people just brush off and it's like, okay, well, that shouldn't even be important. That's not even significant. It's always going to have some type of purpose, meaning, or significance to people with displacement. The moon and ninth house people could feel rather distanced from their mother. If they had a mother that passed away, they could actually have like spiritual visitations from the mother, or they have some type of memorabilia. Am I saying that word right? That they have that links them to that mother figure in some way, somehow. And it's very spiritual. Like, even if they decide that it could be something that happens and they can say, oh my gosh, like, did that just happen? No, that didn't just happen. There could be some doubts there or fears associated with um, originally trying to believe in higher existence or just inclinations that they're getting around things that could seem otherworldly. But until they stop doubting what these experiences are, they will continue to just shrug off um, these experiences as if they're nothing. But when they're in tuned and aware of why they're experiencing these different phenomenons, they can actually use it to their advantage. Okay, because you're talking to a person that I totally believe in all of that. I have my own experiences that I know that makes the spiritual realm, the universe, true. Now, I'm not saying that people with one in the ninth house has to be distant from their mother. But if they're not distant from their mother, it could have been something to where there could have been just like the mother could have shown them how to deal with experiences, or the mother could have been a teacher or some type of influencer for them. And it's tricky because with the moon here, it could have happened in a very positive way. It could have been something that they end up learning off of whatever they experienced in their childhood from the mother. Even if the experiences were not good with the mother, they could have used the experiences that they had to learn, okay, to learn and to become wiser. Like, whatever their situations were, they were to take that energy, or they're supposed to take that energy, and they're supposed to utilize it in a way to where they become wiser, to where they're able to use it as some type of actual living testimony for themselves. Whatever the experiences are, like I said, they could be reminding of the person with displacement, like, you know what? this is what I went through, and I'm trying to stop you from going through it, and you can do better. You know how the moms do. They can end up with someone or be with someone, but just feel like, it's just like something is not right. Like they're constantly wanting to connect with a relationship that is just otherworldly, one that is surpasses anything that they've ever experienced, because things for them is all about experience. Okay, so they can be in a relationship and feel like, man, it's just something about this person. Like, I just don't feel like it's the one. It's just like, I want my soulmate. I want my other half. As a matter of fact, Moon in the Ninth House, they could get that relationship. They can meet someone earlier on, and something separates them from that person just for them to like come around later and get the chance to be with that person, whatever. Like the person they felt like was just a true mate, the true partner for them. Okay, and there's a longing for that. A longing. That's where the distance could come. That could be part of the aspect of the distance in the first place. But they always have this inner knowing that there's something out there. There's that person out there. There's more. That their experiences are showing them something. And like they often fear these experiences at first. They could, Moon in the Ninth House could be the ones that don't want to let go of a relationship, even though they know, okay, it's something else out there that I want. Yes. But they're always forward moving. They're always forward thinking. It's just sometimes they hold themselves back because expansion could be something that even though they desire it, they can fear it. Because sometimes new experiences, even though they want to have these new experiences, it could just be difficult sometimes because of the unknown, fear of the unknown. So here's where you can find someone to where, like, if they were raised on a certain religion, and as they get older, they come across something new. It takes them in a new direction. They could kind of be iffy about it at first, wanting to learn as much as they can, but there's always something pulling them in a direction to where, they're supposed to learn this about this other culture, about this other religion, about this other belief system, about spirituality, things of that nature. It's always something calling and pulling them there. I happen to also look at this as a position to where you can find people that could get caught up into things that alters the mind, that takes them from here, this physical realm, to have an experience outside of the physical realm, like through some shrooms, you know what I'm saying? Some reefer. Wait a minute, did I just say reefer? Cut. Okay, y'all know I was playing with the reefer. But, they just using other devices to take them outside of this experience, because that longing and the wanting to experience, sometimes they experiment with tools to help them experience these experiences. For Moon and Ninth House people, I suggest that if you are ever feeling like there's a longing for something, like that there's something out there for you, there's something out there waiting for you, okay, or that you're supposed to experience, it's usually through like you guys do a lot of learning through spiritual connections, through people, okay. But if there's a longing, just know that the longing is not there for no reason. It's there because it's something that you're going to have to experience, or you're meant to experience, or that person that's just for you, they're out there in the world, and you're being drawn and you're being called to go towards it. And you guys have callings as well, because you could be drawn and called to go towards your calling that you could fear, you subconsciously fear for long periods of time before you actually trust yourself enough to say, okay, I'm going to go after this. Okay, so you have a calling, and you got to find out what that calling is. Sometimes it's ministry, sometimes it's to motivate others. It's just different things, The reason why some of you guys can fear the calling or the longing that you have is because you feel like you need clarity first. That's why you're looking into information, trying to find things that tells you this exact answer, but in a physical way. And I think that even when you get that, sometimes you can doubt it. But you guys feel like you need this clarity. But the clarity comes from your experiences, from your wisdom. It's not something that you can just really actually physically touch all the time. It's just about you understanding, you being in that position to where you call the shots and you say, listen, it's time. It's time for me to stand up and face this. And that's all the clarity that you really need. And especially if the clarity is coming from a higher place, a higher source, a divine place, that's what you really need. And don't get me wrong. Like, you can see Moon in the ninth house people. They could be very learned. People may not know that about them. Or they could, either they're into education and everything, or they could be into, not into that, and it could be very spiritual or religious, and you know, very wise, and people can go to them for counsel, and it may not be something that you could just talk to them and communicate with them, and feel like you come out of the situation with people in the moon and ninth house feeling like, dang, they just advised me on something. So you guys can make good advisors and ministers and motivators for people as well. All right, so this has been Moon in the ninth house. You know I'm butterfly to light, and you know I'm gonna be back. Peace.